Always on fire.
You're watching GuudeBoulderfist. You're watching GuudeBoulderfist. You're watching GuudeBoulderfist.
Hello guys, welcome back to the episode of MindCrack. As always, this is Jason, and we're back over here on the vanilla MindCrack server. Everyone's been mostly feeding the beast, but I still enjoy my vanilla. So you're still gonna see plenty of that from me. Kind of pick up where we left off. I had some people give me some suggestions of things that I should do over here, and there's quite a few good ones, so I'm gonna pick that up. Since we were last together, I finished this little hallway here. That's about all I've done though. So you didn't miss much, that's for sure. I was thinking about the walls in here, and I kind of want them to be soul sand. I don't have any soul sand though, so I don't know how it's gonna look yet, but that was the idea. So we'll see how that looks once I have the time to do that. Alright, so need to extend this a little bit. Didn't mean for that to go down quite like that though. So in the last episode when we left off, I was talking about trip to Europe still, and so I'll pick up there again in this episode. I had been talking about the Disney park for Minecon, and you know, I think that's part of why Minecon was so successful this year, because it made it easy for them not to have to worry about having something for you to do the entire time, because basically, you know, there was the Disney park there to entertain you, which worked out great. I mean, I think that was one of the most exciting parts of the whole thing, was being able to hang out with the kids and ride rides with the kids, and just it was awesome. I got on the Little Nemo ride, roller coaster, bait and switch, failure and advertisement. Like it looked like the sweetest of rides. You get a little turtle shell and everything is all wonderful, and then you set off and the entire world spins around and you're like, oh my god, what have I done? Why am I on this death trap? Oh man. But I got to ride that with the kid named Journey. He was from California, and I mean, it was just, like I said, it was, whoops, that's not what I wanted. It was awesome getting to just meet these people, but to be able to ride rides with them and stuff was just above and beyond what I anticipated. So, I don't know. I remember him saying, oh my god, I'm riding a roller coaster with Guude, this is so surreal, and I was like, whatever man, this is awesome. And then the ride started, I got scared to death. I want to do a different wood texture for the outside. I don't know if I like regular oak though. I was kind of thinking maybe I don't. Let's get some pine tree and see how that looks. But one of the rides was Tower of Terror, and that's common amongst I think all the Disney parks. And we had I don't know, it's hard to know exactly how many people we had with us. Whenever we entered the park, we had at least, let's say, 40 or 50 people with us. And we didn't, that's brown wool. That's not tree at all. Oh, I had to do some soul sand. Let's grab this out and see what it looks like here in a minute. I need spruce wood. I know I have some around here. I swear I do. It's right back in the house. Just that one little piece, huh? Well, now it'll let me at least look at it and see what I like better. So we weren't all riding the same rides, but, you know, we were somewhat keeping together. So we go up into the Tower of Terror thing, and this French asshole that was like the conductor or whatever you want to call it for the ride, whenever we get to the front of the line, he asked me how many people are in your group. And I said, dude, I don't know. It's tons of people. I was like, at least 30. And he was like, you don't have 30 people in your group. And I was like, no, but really we do. He's like, I need an exact number. And I was like, I have no idea. More than can fit on this ride. Because the ride held 15 per cart or whatever. And so I was like, more than can fit on this ride. Just split us up into groups of 15 and we'll be fine. And he's like, no, I need an exact number. And, dude, I'm not making any of this up. There was tons of witnesses. You can ask Just Van from the Reddit. He was there for it all. It was just mind-boggling. And so I say to the guy, I'm like, listen, we don't have an exact number. I'm not going to count all these people. Like I said, it's more than 15. Just stick us on here. Let's get going. And he was like, can you not count? And I mean, he was just being a total fucking dick, like beyond belief dick. And I was like, yeah, I can count, but it's not necessary. There's more than you're gonna hold. And so he picks two guys out of the line of people, and I don't know how these guys got in line with this, but these two French guys that weren't part of our group, he picks them out. They were I think they were 12 back. In fact, I'm almost positive it was 12 back, because he asked them if they speak English, and they say no. Or they don't say anything because he was speaking English to them. And then he asked them in French if they were part of the group, and they say no. And so then he counts from that point back to me, and he says 12. I don't know why it was so hard for you to count to 12, or something like that. And at that point, I was just like, wow, you're an asshole. I was like, you're wrong, but whatever. Fuck you. Let's go. And he's like, how am I wrong? Tell me how I am wrong. So I just dropped it at that point. It was just like, fuck you, guy. I thought I was getting kicked out of the park at that point because I just, I kind of lost my cool and was just like, you know, fuck you. You know, so that kind of soured me from that moment. I was bitter. Other than that, the night was fun. We had a good time. We rode the Tower of Terror. That's the first thing we rode. Then we rode the Aerosmith roller coaster, which was kind of weak for a roller coaster. There was so many kids in line with us that said they had never rode a roller coaster before, so they were just blown away with it because, you know, it went upside down and all that. But from an American standpoint, it was a little weak, but it was still fun, for sure. What else do we ride? We rode the Slinky Dog from Toy Story, which I think was made for like 3-year-olds. Why did you just do that? What? You stop that. Though, you know what? That probably would have been pretty cool, actually. I could have made it like it was like for... Do that again. Okay, can I do it on this side, too? You know what? Probably... Let's not do it right there. Then I think everyone ate in the park. I didn't, because it was kind of scary. I waited to eat, and then whenever we finally left the park, everything was closed. So I end up having to get room service that night, and boy, was that a mistake, because I got this cheese pizza that was 30 freaking euros, and it sucked, of course. But yeah, waste of money if I've ever seen it. Alright. Yeah, those are like the little ore slots, by the way. They look kind of cool, don't they? Alright. These pigs, man, they'll drive you crazy. But yeah, all in all, Disney Park was awesome. That was one of the things, like I said, that made Minecon so successful this year. Is it gave the kids something to do, and from a YouTuber point of view, it was awesome because it gave us something to do with the people that were there to meet us. So all in all, great time was had. Sadly, some of the guys missed out because they took a nap, so they didn't get to see a lot of it or participate in a lot of it. because they'd gone back to their room to take a nap and then just didn't wake up on time. And so they're like, just go without us. We'll catch up. Do I have any string? I'm sure I do, but it's probably like back. Here's one piece. Any more string anywhere? No. Alright, I'm gonna grab some string too. But yeah, after the park, let's see, we ate. Park closed at like 11:30 or so. We left there. I think we went to one of the bars that night. I don't really remember. The nights kind of ran together a little bit, so I don't remember exactly what we did after that. I just know whenever we did get back. In fact, me and Paul's were going to leave at like midnight and go back to the room and get some rest. And then everyone's like, no, we're going to the bar. And so we ended up going with it. I remember that now. Oh, yeah. We went to the bar at the New York hotel. I remember now. I remember, since no one would mix drinks, I remember I had a mojito. Like, that was the only drink I ever really got at a bar because I just didn't know what to order. I mean, like, rum and Coke, I think, was the other thing. It was like, these are things that are simple that any bartender can make. This is what I'll have. Alright, let's see here. Oh, you can't place it on a stair? Are you serious? That's silly. Can you place it on a damn sign? Or not a sign, but a post? No, sure as hell can't. Crap. Alright. Well, that changes everything. What if you place on something and then break it if it breaks? I'm sure it does. Let's max out. I don't need that close stone here anymore. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. There was never a question of what was going to happen there. What happened to this guy? Damn guy. Well, this sucks. I guess in this corner here, I'll put a regular one of these. Much as I hate to do it. Which means I need to move this. Put that right there. Watch out, pig. Don't drown. Okay. Alright, now let's get some string here and tie these guys up. Okay, that looks retarded. Okay, let's try again. Could have sworn I heard a skeleton. Does that make a skeleton sound whenever you break it? Alright, what? What just happened? Oh, I know what happened. Stupid stairs upside down. Okay, let's put that back. Whatever. Doesn't really make sense, does it? Looks stupid. I don't have... No. It's good. Just gonna put a block there and then tie it from there, but that would look stupid too. I guess that's... Okay. I wish it was a little thicker. I want it to be a little thicker. Whatever. Okay, we're all tied up there. I wonder if there's a way to make it something that looks like oars. I can't think of anything that really comes to mind here. Go up here. Someone has also suggested putting... Go a little higher. Putting some logs out the top here. No, not logs, but... Whoops. Well, I'm down here now. Let's see how that looks. Probably should do one over here as well. But yeah, anyways, back to the story time. So we stayed there a couple hours at the bar, and then I heard a bat. Did you guys hear a bat? I hear him again. Where's he at? Little guy? There you are! Hey, little guy. Look at him. He's so adorable. Alright. And the next morning was more of the same. We, went over to the convention center, spent most of the morning signing autographs and stuff like that, and then, I don't know about this being too high though, I'm going to bring it down one. Then we had the IGN panel, which sadly I didn't record. I didn't set because I brought my tripod the day before for the MindCrack panel and recorded that. And then I saw that GameSpot did such a good job with that panel. I was like, I'm not even going to worry about the IGN panel. They'll just upload it. But they didn't. It wasn't live streamed. It wasn't uploaded. And the only members of IGN that participated was me, Doc, and Pause. So it was basically a mini MindCrack panel. So I really hate that I didn't record it because no one's got to see it really. Unless you were there, and Captain Sparkle's panel was going on at the same time, so our turnout, we probably only had, I don't know, 150 people in the room, if even that. Yeah, it's kind of sad. No one really will ever see that. I guess I kind of dropped the ball on not recording it. But this is done now. So let's walk away from here. We're done with you. You are now a tethered boat. And you're done. You're done! Alright, let's, I'm gonna put some, mud in the wall here and see what it looks like. Yeah, did the IGN panel, and, then that night was the DOP party. And I want to thank the volunteers that went out of their way to make sure that we got tickets to or wristbands to the party, because really you had to stand in line for like 4 hours to get the tickets or the wristbands. But we had a panel, so we couldn't, that wasn't really an option, we couldn't just sit in line because we had a responsibility, and Mark, the customer service lead for Mojang, I talked to him about it, and he tried to go up to the guys that were doing everything and get us wristbands, but they were like, no, I don't care if you work for Mojang, no, not gonna do it. Eventually the volunteers managed it somehow. I don't know how they did it, but they got us 10 wristbands, so that pretty much covered everyone that wanted to go, and then some. It worked out really well for Doc and Pyro, because they end up in the VIP section. And this is something I talked about with BOO last night whenever we recorded. So Double OG, which is back, by the way. I like how that looks, by the way. I'm definitely going to go with that. I just need a lot more of it. And the next thing is working this guy right here out, which I'm not really sure how I'm going to do. This. I think I want to make it. Wider, but I don't want to do that without being sure. I want something I can pillar up there with. That's easy to break, like some dirt or something. Dirty dirt. Here we go. But yeah, the party. We had, like I said, we got the wristbands. So people that want to go was. I said I would go, because one of those things, it's not really my type of thing. I don't care about Skrillex. Paul's was really excited about that, though. But, for me, it was just, well, whatever. But a lot of people are going to go, so I'll go, just so I could say I went and saw it, and whatever. But whenever I was asking volunteers to help us out to get us some wristbands, I told one of them, I said, if you don't have enough for me, I promise I won't be upset. I was mainly worried about making sure Doc and Paul's got to go because they were really excited about going. So yeah, we went, and so anyways, I gave them their badges, and we had some left over in our room. So I had told Just Van that I had some extras if he wanted to go, and he was kind of like me where he didn't really care about going, but he kind of didn't want to miss it either. And I told him, I was like, well, you know what, if you go, we can just go see how it is, and we can leave within the first hour or so unless something really amazing happens. So he agreed to that, and so we go. Because they also told us that there'll be shuttles that leave to bring you back every 30 minutes, and we're like, well, you know, if it sucks, we can just come right back, you know, whatever. So that was a lie. There were no shuttles to return. It's funny, whenever you get off the bus. Oh wait, there's more to this story. Let me backtrack a little bit here. So I go back to my room to change my shirt beforehand, because we had done the podcast in the room, and then we went to go get something to eat. And I was like, all right, well, let me go change my shirt because like the first bus to go there was leaving at like 10, I believe. I need some cobblestone, by the way. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna head back to the room, change my shirt, and I'll meet you guys over at the hotel where the shuttle's coming from. And I told Just Van I would get him our extra badge from the room when I did. So I go to the room, change my clothes, pick up the badge, and I'm walking back with it. I just said badge, like W92 badge. I didn't pick up badge. I pick up the badge. So I'm walking back with it, and at some point or other, I dropped the badge, or wristband. Didn't realize I had done it until I was all the way at the hotel that the stuff was leaving from, which was quite the walk. So I get to the hotel, and I'm right outside, and I realize, like Paul's kept calling me too, because I guess we'd missed a bus or something, and they were just, well, they were waiting on me, you know. So I turned back. And, I mean, this is a big Disney park, and I retrace my steps, and I find that fucking wristband in a bush near my hotel. So I got really lucky, or maybe really unlucky, because Just Van's the one to say for sure. But refound the badge, and all was well. So he got to go. But yeah, we get there. Oh, wait, there's more. Need to stop jumping ahead. The bus gets there, and everyone starts getting on it, and they're like, oh, it's full. And so me, Just Van, Ipa's husband, and someone else had not made it on the bus. So people keep coming off the bus. They're like, yeah, it's definitely full. And then the bus driver comes out and is like, it's not full. So I'm like, okay, well, we're part of a bigger group in here. Let's get on. And so I get on the bus, and I walk all the way to the back, and I realize there's no seats in the back. And then, you know, Just Van, everyone else in our group had got on the bus, and they all had a seat. And so I'm like, okay, I'll just sit on Paul's lap. And I'm sure you guys have seen there's pictures of this on Twitter, of me sitting on Paul's lap. And the bus driver comes back and it's like, no, this is not allowed. So he takes me up front, and there's this little pull-down seat that's like, I don't know, the driver ed seat or something. I don't know what the hell the purpose of this little seat was. But it was, like I said, it was right up front, right beside the driver. So I drove us. But yeah, it was like a 30-45 minute ride into Paris, and the party was at this cinema museum that Notch had rented out. It wasn't like a place for these type of things to actually happen at. Which was funny because on the outside, like, the glass and shit was rattling to the point where it sounded like it was gonna break, because the building just was not made to handle music that was that loud. But it wasn't really heated in there either, and there wasn't a lot of people there. So, like, had there been a lot of people, the temperature in the place would have been fine, but there wasn't, so it wasn't. I'm gonna die. Okay, I'm fine. I need to move over one here to break this next block there. Put this here first. And whenever we get off the bus, these people are like, turn back, you've made a mistake, it's a trap, you can never leave. So once we get to the place, they tell us that the shuttles every 30 minutes was a lie, and the first shuttle will run at 4 a.m. I think that's what time it was. It was 3 or 4 a.m. that we were told would be the first shuttle, and we were like, oh no, well, I guess we don't get to leave if we want to. So we go in, and I I was okay with that. You know, I was like, well, you know, I'll have a few drinks, it'll be fine. And all they were serving was beer, unless you were in the VIP section. So it was like, well, I guess I won't have a few drinks. Though Paul's was excited because they had Red Bull, and you know, Paul's in his Red Bull. Did I really use? Okay, there we go. I was about to say, did I use all that dirt? Did it just go up here? But yeah, Paul's and Doc had a good time, and they ended up they ended up sneaking back into the VIP section with the help of JL Zip Code. JL Zip Code basically like hacked the world. He like walked around to the back of the building. There was a door open, so he goes into the VIP section from there. Then he buys a drink in the VIP section, which comes in actual glass. He walks down out of the VIP section, gives that glass to one of the other guys. Then the security sees them with the glass and says, you can't be out of the VIP section with glass, and then ushers them back into the VIP section where they weren't supposed to be in the first place. So they continue to do this to get Doc and Pyro and I guess Doc's girlfriend up into the VIP section. Actually, no, Doc's girlfriend ended up leaving. Meanwhile, though, myself and Just Van were outside, and we talked to one of the women that was running the event, and she told us that she would get us a way out. That we could leave at 1:30, I think is what she said originally. And she told us where to stand, which was like right outside of, like basically right out by the road. Well, she told us to go sit inside and wait till 1:30 because it was cold outside. But we didn't trust it. We didn't want to, because there was tons of people. I mean, just more than one bus worth of people wanting to leave. And so we were worried that if we did go outside and wait, that we would not be able to leave whenever the bus actually came, because too many people would want on the bus. So me and Just Van waited basically outside by the road, and 1:30 came and went, and we were like, this nothing's happening, man. We're still here, and what's going on? So we saw these buses up by the road. So we walk up to the road, and we're like, what's going on with these buses? And this woman tells us that no, you can't get on these buses. These are not the buses you seek. So we're like, okay, well, what do we do? And she says, you know, she calls around on the her little walkie-talkie and says that we need to go wait inside the building by the cloak check. That was not the case either. That was not true. We went back down, and I mean, you couldn't hear anything inside of the building anyway, so if you were sitting by the cloak check, you would never have heard any kind of announcement that said you get to now leave this place. So we went back, and man, this one guy came up and told Just Van to go up and get on a bus and ask the guy if he's friends with Mickey, and maybe he'll take us back to Disney, and all kinds of just there was no hope in sight for ever leaving. And at some point, Doc's girlfriend come outside with us as well, and we kept trying to get on buses, and finally the buses up by the road decided they were going to take us back to Disney. And we didn't get on the first bus. We tried, like, whenever people were up there by the road waiting, heard that one of those buses were going to take people back to Disney, they like jumped in front of the bus and stopped it in the middle of the street and like demanded to get on the bus, and like everyone was trying to pile on the bus like it was the end of the world and that bus was going to take you to safety or something. And it was bizarre. But we ended up getting on the second bus and got to go back to Disney, and all was well. I think we got back to Disney at like 3:30 or something, and then I still didn't get to bed until Paul's came in at like almost 6 o'clock in the morning. I was worried he was going to die, so I kind of stayed awake. Plus, we had recorded the podcast that day, and the audio over Skype was shit. So Beef had asked me if I could redo the audio, because I also recorded it with my camcorder just as a backup, just in case Skype didn't work at all. So I had the audio on my camcorder, so what I did is I took the audio off my camcorder and compressed it up and sent it to him. And that took a little bit longer than I expected it to. The internet in Disney was so bad. Like, you had to pay for internet in your room. It was 10 10 euros for 24 hours, and it was data capped too at 250 megs up. So that's why you didn't see videos from any of us there, because that was not a possibility. That is one thing going forward to any convention. They should always make sure that there is internet, because that seems like something people expect in the world these days. I know if we ever have a MindCrack con, that will be primary concern number one, is working internet. But so yeah, that was the story of the dot party, which, like I said, it wasn't all bad. Those type of things just really aren't my thing anyways. But I did want to go just to hang out with everyone and see it firsthand. And I kind of wish I'd stayed behind though, because it sounded like the other guys had fun playing air hockey and stuff. Like I had asked B00 last night, we were recording OG, like, well, what happened to you? Because he said he was going with us to the thing, and then he just disappeared. All right. I think story time is over for the day. Man, where did all these come from? So what the plan is with this, in case you've been wondering for the last 20 minutes while I've made it, and I still don't know about these stairs. They kind of look gaudy or something. I may have to redo this. But the plan is you come up here, and I want there to be like a little platform area here where you kind of can look out, and like a glass dome or something. And then it needs to go back into the wall here and cut over, because should be able to survive that. Because as you guys, well, those that have been watching as I've developed this area know, I wanted to build little houses in the mountain. How'd you get up here? Or out here? In the mountainside out here, and that'll connect right through into this area. So that's how you'll get up there. But those are all tasks for the next episode. So I think I'll be done here for the day. Appreciate you guys watching as always, and I'll see you all next time. There's still many days of stories left from the Europe adventure, and I'll be sure to get to those when I see you guys next time. Bye.
Oh man. Oh my goodness. See, I think there's a little bit of server lag. He already had damage on his ass. I think there's a little bit of server lag though that causes stuff like that to happen right there. Cause which I guess will lead for better video. Oh man. Because he definitely was not in range to explode. Man, there was a couple days there when they first added, or when, not they, I guess when Notch first added mobs and multiplayer, that the creepers themselves made. Oh god! Oh, if you saw my camera just freak out right there, it was because my whole arm, I lost control of my arm there and it jumped across the screen. And fear. Look way over there. Oh man, something sitting from behind too. What the world? What the world? Oh, it's gotta be a chunk here. I'm so tempted to step into there. Okay, it fixed itself. Oh, I was so tempted to just jump into that hole. Probably wouldn't have been. It probably would have been fine because it was a chunk error, but it was a graphics glitch, I should say, not a chunk error. I just switched to my